ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यनिजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदम् प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ So now I am silence, Shantah. Aham Purnah we have seen. Now Aham Shantah. Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vigneya. Mandukya Upanishad said. Shantam Shivam Advaitam, etc. Sa Atma. That is the Atma. So Aham Shantah. I'm all silence, all peace. What kind of a silence? Awareful silence or silent awareness. Awareful silence or silent awareness, same thing. Therefore, and this is to be seen with respect to perceptions and with respect to the thoughts. What is that? What is mean by silence? Silence means change from anything. No change whatsoever. That's called silence. Like a surface of water, right? Free from any waves or anything. Just changeless, right? No change whatsoever. So one should see, one should appreciate oneself as a silence from the standpoint of this sensory perceptions and from the standpoint of thinking, thoughts. So I am silent awareness in ears, right? The sounds undergo change. Sounds vary. No sound is away from you, the consciousness. Now you know very well. Sounds vary. The consciousness in the sound, every sound is unchanging, invariable. Therefore, I am silent awareness in ears, in spite of hearing. I am silent awareness. The whole hearing is not away from me, the consciousness. Sound is not away from me, hearing is not away from me. So I am silent awareness in my ears. And then we have to see with respect to forms, seen. So you have to imagine if we are doing that meditation. So imagine certain forms which you are seeing, like a tree, a cow, man, etc., chair. So I'm aware of forms. I am silent awareness in my eyes. Like this here means what? Well, forms are many, never away from consciousness. Consciousness is invariably, changelessly present in varied forms, in changing forms. Right? Consciousness doesn't vary. So I am silent consciousness in my eyes. Then you have to imagine certain smell. Just imagine smell of a jasmine, smell of a sandalwood, smell of rose. Here also, I thought here the roses are free from smell, but I found they called what the special name? No, in California, somebody had in that garden, and in New Jersey, somebody brought some name. I forgot. Those roses are having a oh my god. So I changed my impression. We thought our Deshi. Deshi has a good smell, but no, here also. Anyway, so you smell of a rose, smell of a jasmine, smell of a sandalwood. You are aware of the smell. Means you are present in the nose, right? You are the consciousness is present in the nose, which is silent. I am present as silent awareness in the sense of smell, nose. I am silent awareness in tongue, in the taste, sense of taste. Then imagine few taste. Taste of a sugar, taste of a lime, taste of table salt, etc. Right? You just imagine. No taste is away from you. When you say sugar, the taste of sugar, sweet taste. So sweetness is not away from consciousness, right? So you can say sugar consciousness, taste of sugar consciousness, taste of lime consciousness, taste of table salt consciousness. Consciousness remains same. Taste vary. Consciousness is invariably present. No taste is away from you. Taste is just superimposed upon that morning I have told you. Somebody otherwise taste is associated with the consciousness as taste vary, consciousness vary that you don't find. You say I am conscious of the sugar taste. I am conscious of a lime taste. I am conscious of salt taste. You are the same. Taste vary. Taste gone, your same consciousness. Taste appear, your same consciousness. Could you follow what I'm saying? Changeless means silent. Changeless means silent. Anyway, then I'm silent awareness in the sense of touch. So I feel the touch of my own dress of which I have wear, or I am aware of the taste. I'm aware of the touch of the petal of the rose. I'm aware of the touch, hard touch of the rock. Right? So hard touch, consciousness. Soft touch, consciousness. Heat, consciousness. Cold, consciousness. You say heat, Swami, but there is no heat consciousness. Where is heat without consciousness? You say, I am conscious of the heat. I am conscious of the hot touch. I am conscious of the soft touch. I am conscious of the coldness. Oh, there is a lot of cold. Hey, coldness is pervaded by what? Consciousness. There's a lot of cold. Today it is more cold. Rock doesn't say that. Conscious being says that. Who proves the existence of this cold? You prove. Even if it is lying outside whole night, it will not say in morning, it will not complain to you. Oh, it was too cold. So the hot touch, cold touch, soft touch, hard touch is proven existent in what? Consciousness. Consciousness doesn't undergo any change. So you are present in the sense of touch, right? You are present here in the sense of touch on the skin, etc., including even fingertips. So you touch, oh, this is hard. Oh, this is soft, like that. So I am silent consciousness even with the sense objects. I am silent consciousness present in the sense organs. I am silent consciousness with the sense objects. So in all forms I see through the eyes, yet I am silent consciousness. Many sounds I hear through my ears, yet I am silent consciousness. Yeah. You are silent consciousness in sense organs. You are silent consciousness in sense objects. Mm. Could you follow? Same. You feel that, Swamiji, I am present here. I am just present here. I am not present there. You cannot find you cannot find a demarcation line between sound and eye consciousness. Try to find a line between sound and consciousness. The boundary of consciousness is over and boundary of sound starts. Then that is called consciousness. I mean, the sound is besides consciousness, right? Or sound is away beyond consciousness. If sound is beyond consciousness, who is illumining the sound? Who illumines the sound? The sound is illumined on its own. Sound is illumined on its own. That also proves who. Who is proving it? Who is proving it? Consciousness. Without consciousness, even you cannot prove that the sound is proving itself. Pervaded by consciousness only, you can say. Whatever may be the quality of the sound, proven by consciousness. Could you follow? And therefore, well, sense objects also are proven, right? Etc. in consciousness. So many sounds I hear through my ears, yet I am silent consciousness. Many sounds you hear, you are silent consciousness, sound free consciousness. Many forms you see, you are present in every form, remaining formless consciousness. No form is away. Could you follow now? Hmm. All forms, small, big, everything are lighted up, proven existent in consciousness. Consciousness is associated with every form, right? No form is away from consciousness. Consciousness itself is free from form. If consciousness is a form and another form lighted up by the consciousness, then there will be mingling of two forms. Nothing. Consciousness is present as the very adhishtanam, truth of every form seen. Itself is free from form. Mm. Formless. Means no change. Right now we are thinking about silent. Means no change. So in silent awareness, the forms are seen. Right? In silent awareness, the sounds are heard. In silent awareness, smells smelt. In silent awareness, taste gained, touch is felt. So in silent awareness, varied forms, varied smells, varied objects of touch, etc. So I'm silent awareness in spite of all forms seen. I'm silent awareness in spite of smells felt. I'm silent awareness while hearing. You can say, I'm silent awareness while seeing. I'm silent awareness while smelling, right? I'm silent awareness even now. Just see this now. I'm jumping. This is with respect to world objects. I am silent awareness even with respect to the thoughts. Same thing. Same thing. No thought is away from consciousness. No thought is away from consciousness. Anger, consciousness. Compassion, consciousness. Recollection, thought of recollection, consciousness. Doubt, doubt, consciousness. Again, with respect to thought, you are unchanging, invariable, invariable, like exactly like the wave and water. Same example. Wave appear in water, disappear in water. Same way the thought appear in consciousness. Resolve in consciousness. New thought appear, shines in consciousness, resolve in consciousness. Unchanging consciousness. Unchanging consciousness with respect to sense organs, unchanging consciousness with respect to sense objects, unchanging consciousness with respect to the thoughts. So I don't change. Thoughts occur in silent consciousness. They change naturally. In fact, they change. That also, that's what you light up. Thought change. So they form and disappear. Like in water, the waves form, and in silent consciousness, well, basically, our thoughts form. So I am silent consciousness behind thought, or in every thought, pervading every thought. The silent consciousness never changes. Never changes. They change. What appears in you change. Thoughts, sounds, right? Smells, they keep changing. And their thoughts also keep changing. Could you follow what I'm saying? They're changing. In fact, that's what you light up. They change, you know very well. That has gone, this has come, that this has gone, now this has come, this has gone. Means you are very much there to light up. They are not away from you. They are not away from your boundaries. Our boundary means they are not away from you. But this here you are not to bring the space and everything. Just with respect to perceptions and with respect to the thoughts of perception. That's enough to prove your silent consciousness. You are silence, in fact. I'm saying silent consciousness. You are silence. The real meaning of silence is you. Yeah, that's your nature. Shantaha. Mandukya Upanishad said. Shantaha Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma. Shantam Shivam, etc. So silent awareness I am. So now you can add, in spite of hearing, in spite of smelling, in spite of tasting, in spite of seeing, in spite of touching, in spite of thinking. The silent awareness, I don't change. Right? I don't change. I note the change. I light up the change. I note the change. One who takes the note of the change itself is what? Changeless. Right? Itself is changeless. Like you are seeing a moving train remaining stationary. If you are also moving at the same speed, you will not find that other is moving. When you say that thought is changing, when you say the perception is changing, sounds is changing, different sounds and that you are lighting up, you are a changeless consciousness. So, I, the awareness, is silence. There is no silence without consciousness. There is no silence. Swamiji, you don't know. Really, you are a pagal. There is no silence without consciousness. Look at that. This doesn't have any sound. Where is your consciousness in that? There is no noise in that. In space, there is no noise. Silent. On trail, sometimes there is no noise. Silent. They are also all silent. Why you are saying silent awareness? They say like that. So, space is not silence. The pot is not silence. The rock is not silence. Rock, no noise. Rock is not silent. Rock is not silent, even though there is no noise. Yeah, yeah. Even though it is silent, there is no silent when there is no consciousness. Simple thing is, anywhere silence is existent where consciousness. Who proves there is silence in rock? Let's say, okay, there's silence in rock. Who proves? Who proves that there is silence? So therefore, consciousness never changes. And therefore, it is always silence. Silence is not separate from consciousness. You are proving silence anywhere on a trail, in rock, in space. It is all within consciousness. Within consciousness. No sound. Swamiji, there was no sound on the trail last night. How will you know? How do you know? You said you did not go on trail naturally. I know that you could not go in on trail night. Then who proves the silence there? Where is silence without you? That's what I mean. The consciousness. Right? Even the silence is within the boundaries of consciousness alone. So silence is never separate from consciousness. May you be aware of this, please. You will immediately fall silent if you know this. Hmm. What do you consider noise? Sorry, my mind is having a lot of noise. What is that? Thoughts. Lot of thoughts. Lot of change. Mind undergoes change. That's you call noise. Therefore, the changeless. What is changeless is what? Silence. What you consider noise, please tell me. No, Swamiji, I don't consider the mind. External, there is a lot of noise. Means what? Lot of noise means what? Lot of sounds. Varied sounds. Changing constantly, right? Varied sounds. Means changing sounds. And illumined by what? One consciousness, which is changeless. Could you follow? So you say external noise also is within this changeless consciousness. Internal noise, in terms of thoughts, varied thoughts. If there is a single thought, you won't say noise. Single sound, you won't say noise externally also. Many sounds. You are able to note many, varied, just changing. When you are noting many, means you find the change. That is, I am creating noise, another child is creating noise, another child creates noise. You are able to see that. You are able to note, oh, this is also one sound, this is another sound, another sound, another sound, another sound. Could you follow what I'm saying? So you're noting a change in the sounds. In fact, that happens that sometime there is a sound, but there is not change in the sound. Let's say single sound, not changing. We take it along with the silence. Sometime in your room, the refrigerator, the compressor, it is same speed. Suppose it with the same noise it continues. You take it along with the silence. Ah. So we consider noise when there is some change. Suppose the same compressor stops they stop in between. They stop because the required temperature in the refrigerator it got, then it stops. Then when it starts, there is a lot of noise. Could you follow? So you note a change in sound. Then you say noise. Otherwise not. Therefore, what is changeless ever is silence. Could you follow now? Now you are able to understand. Changeless. Single thought, suppose. Single thought. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. There also there is a change. Because if that goes, that thought is over, then again it starts. Even with the same thought, you are not telling noise. But anyway, but if it is single thought continues, changelessly, suppose, you won't say noise. So the chain thought is noise made. So consciousness is changeless in every thought. Every thought is, no thought is away from you. No perception is away from you. No hearing is away from you. No sound is away from you. No form is away from you. The seeing is not away from you. Right? Seeing is not away from you. There is a sight, means sight consciousness. Definitely. Consciousness being all pervading, it is changeless. Nothing is proven outside. Morning or meditation. Nothing is proven outside consciousness. You pervade in and through, in fact. But I don't want to go into that. So, but that you should bring it. All that is there is simply superimposition. When you are seeing me, this form is superimposed upon you. Please understand this. Yeah. You as a consciousness pervade totally as in the seer, that is you pervade in that sight here in your mind, and you pervade the form which is here. So in your awareness, in your consciousness, the seer is shining, the very sight is shining, and the object along with the space is shining. Whole thing. Could you follow? In this one experience, either if you say that I am this body medicines complex, I am a human being, a woman, etc., and you are an object of sight, then there is Dvaitam. When you say I am consciousness, then there is nothing Dvaitam. Very seer is shining in the consciousness, seer consciousness, you, the very sight, thought, thought of me, shines in you, and the object, along with that space, shines in you. Could you follow? Seer, sight, object. Whole perception, which is a varied, of course. Right now, me. Then when I do this, you are now right seer of a part, so that undergoes change, right? And then seer become hearer, and then sound, but consciousness which pervades this, without which you cannot prove the seer sight and the object of sight, that never changes, ever silent. Same way with respect to the thinking. Thinking also, same thing. Thoughts occur in consciousness. That is you. No thought is away from you. Yeah. No, Swamiji, a lot of thoughts takes place, but I am not aware of. I know that. That will come. That will come. A lot of thoughts come, but Swamiji, I was not aware of. A lot of thoughts have gone out of your awareness. You are able to talk. Unknown, right? Unknown. They are called unknown thoughts. Certain thoughts you are aware of, means known. Certain thoughts you are not aware of, unknown. Both shine in what? Same consciousness. Yeah. How will you know that there are thoughts which you are not aware of? I know that. Oh, wow, my God. I am aware that certain thoughts have gone out of my sight or something. You cannot, known or unknown, can never be you. Certain things shine in you as unknown. What thought objectifies that you are aware of? Certain thoughts have gone, you are not aware of. That also you are aware of. Otherwise, you will not be able to tell this also. You will not be able to tell that certain thoughts have gone without my consent. Right? Therefore, any thought which arises shines in consciousness. So, as ahankara, basically is aware of, then well we say, like you are seeing me right now, means you are aware of, you say. But that is as a seer. But even if the seer is not aware of a given thought, still it shines within consciousness. That's what you say, well, I did not objectify that thing. Could you follow? A thought of a given thing occurs in your mind, but as a seer is occupied with something else, some his own likes and dislikes or some fancies, right? Could you follow what I'm saying? He is objectifying that. Therefore, this thought which has occurred, he could not objectify. So all this experience I'm able to say because I'm aware of that as a seer, I could not objectify certain things. I was objectifying something else. Imagined object, not that's how you are when you are seeing like this, and yet you are not seeing. Ah. So otherwise, if a seer is behind, then definitely I would objectify him. But seer is preoccupied with something, then basically this has not. But then Swamiji, a single time a thought of him and thought of something else could not come. That's true. So you are objectifying that. So even though the eyes fall on the person, well, still, yet it has not objectified. So we always say that a mind which objectifies a given thing should be present behind the eyes, right? Eyes which objectify. I'm sorry, eyes which objectify a given form. For behind that, the mind also should be there. Mind means that ahankara should be there. If ahankara is not behind, the seer is not behind, then it will not. Could you follow? And therefore, known or unknown thoughts. Many things have gone, Swamiji, unknown, unnoticed, without alertness. That also you are aware of. Could you follow what I'm saying? That also you are aware of. Therefore, basically, nothing, no thought is away from consciousness. They form, disappear, they appear, disappear, like the waves in water. In same silent awareness. So we are struggling to get silence. We are struggling a lot to get silence. We never understand that this is my nature. External silence is conditional, and therefore we are not able to control. One cannot control external conditions. Cannot. Yeah. Whatever you try, you create a silence in your home. Total silence. Swamiji, this refrigerator also is making a lot of noise. I will throw refrigerator. I will not use. Then that heater starts. That also you stop. The whole room is silent now. Then something from external, some bird will create, the vehicle create. How will you stop it? How will you stop? Or else wind will come through your windows. Something. What will you do? Yeah, some noise will be there always. Yeah, even in night you find. No, I will go to forest. Then If you go to forest, then birds will, in the morning it will start. The leaves fall. Tum. And all that is you cannot make. And then some lightning comes. And then rain comes. That also creates. How will you stop? How will you stop? Please tell me. Some neighbor will make noise. Some or mobile rings or some messages come. Something. You cannot create absolute silence, total silence, ever silence externally. Impossible. Impossible. Because every object has its own sound. Why? Because it is made up of five elements, gross object. And then, being made up of five elements, there is an element of space also in that, and its property is a sound. Therefore, every object has its own sound, right? Look at that. Every object has its own sound. Even this is a table. Please understand. This is table made of wood. This is also wood. Can you find change? Even this also. Computer, laptop. Every object made up of five. Prapancha they called. World is called in Sanskritam Prapancha. Prakrushta Pancha. Pancha, 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 Pancha. What Pancha? Five. Five, 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 five. What five? Five elements. Whole gross world, each object made up of five elements. Every element has its own property. And therefore, the presence of element is detected by the very property which is there. No property is away from the substance, element. Therefore, it has its own touch. Therefore, Vayu is there. It has its own sound. Therefore, Akasha is there. It has its own form. Fire is there. It has its own taste. We don't taste. That's a different thing, but it has its own taste. Water is there. It has its own smell. Wood has a smell. Therefore, earth is there. All the five. And therefore, externally, nothing is silent. Nothing is silent. I love silence. You are silence. If you meditate only for few days, this is my request while you are living now. Just meditate like this, and you will have some insight about yourself. Then you will never be disturbed. Even when your mind is disturbed, you won't be disturbed. Even your mind has a noise. You are silent consciousness. You will be able to understand. You are silence, but you don't know that you are silence and identify with the thoughts. And thoughts are many. You said, Swamiji, there is a lot of noise. I am disturbed. When there is a lot of noise, lot of thoughts, you say, I am disturbed. So, Swamiji, lot of thoughts doesn't make noise. Certain reactions, but that will happen. That will happen. Definitely it will happen. Because thoughts are many and they all are not, you are not alert of them, all of them. And thoughts which you are not alert of them, which we call mechanical thinking, will lead to reaction. It will lead to reaction. Any mechanical thinking, involuntary thinking, ends into reaction, anger, jealousy, depression, something. Voluntary thinking never leads to reaction. Never. When you are alert of your thinking, when you are conscious of your thinking, you don't react. No one consciously become angry. No one consciously become jealous. I can tell right now. Right? You are conscious, right? Right now you are conscious being, and you know. I say now initiate. Means you initiate means what? Voluntarily you initiate with your free will. Anger, please. Please get angry. Please. Please be jealous for 3 minutes. Please. Please be jealous. You cannot. That shows that involuntary thinking is there. When I am not conscious of the thinking, it leads to reaction. Reactions are born of this kind of thinking, not voluntarily, conscious, alert thinking. In fact, before you are so alert that even if a thought of anger is going to arise, you know very well. When you know beforehand, anger won't occur. Anger is a mechanical response. Reaction means a mechanical response to the situation, to the person. Then you say, sorry, 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 sorry. Later you become alert. Once it comes and goes, then you become alert. Or once it comes out, and then you say, sorry, 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 sorry. That's what it is. So, basically, consciousness is not separate from silence. Consciousness is silence, unchanging. Present is the very truth in everything. Everything is just superimposed upon it. And so, this is how you have to see the meaning of word silence, not externally. Some silence is there or no. This is the meaning of silence. Silence means conscious, unchanging, in and through everything. And nothing is away from it. Itself is free from any change. So I am the silence in spite of hearing the world. The sense world is in silence, not just hearing. The sense world is in silence. It resolves in silence. That's what by Omkara we do. Hmm. When you utter the Om, Akar, Ukar, Makara stands for three gunas and the world, which is made up of three gunas. And when you stop chanting of Omkara, there is silence. In silence, you appreciate that very truth of these three gunas, the world. Again, you chant Om, three gunas, the world. When you chant Om, well, definitely, before that, what was there? Silence. And then you stop chanting, it resolves where? In silence. Silence is the basis. Silence is the truth. The sound comes from what? Silence. Sound resolves where? In silence. The sound means akara, ukara, makara stands for what? Three gunas. Jagra, sapna, sushupti, you can say. Whatever. Vishwa, Tejas, prajna, you can say. Right? All well, gross, subtle, causal world. Gross, subtle, causal body. All three, three. Hmm. The truth of this. Truth of this. Could you follow? The truth of sound is what? Silence. Because it arises from that. Any sound arises. When you say sound arises, then definitely there must have been silence before. Resolves into silence. So by chanting Omkara mentally, you think that way. The sensory world comprising of three gunas. The sensory world which is in the form of the gross, subtle, and the causal world. Whole world. Unmanifest, causal. Manifest, gross and subtle. Amazing. That's what Manduk has said. All that is here is Om. It's said like that. Not only it is said, Yacha Bhutam Bhavad Bhavish Yacha Bhutam Bhavyam, and what is in the present, all that is here is Om. And the truth of that also is Om. Means which is Amatra we call. Akar, Ukar, Makara, Matra, and the silence is Amatra. There is no Matra at all. Amatra means no matra. That is silence. Matra means every sound. U, ma. Never chant aum. That is not correct. Aum, Swamiji, we should chant aum. No, no, no. A plus u, you have to make it om. But if I want to chant that way, aum, should I be allowed or not? No way. No way. The way Shastra prescribes, you have to chant aum, like that dog, you know. This is whole world is om. Whole world. Three gunas, etc. Or that's in samashti. Vyashti, Vishwataijasa prajna, akaro karmakara. From akara, the whole world comes. Sound comes when you open the mouth. When you open the mouth, the default sound is right? When you close the mouth, it's it closes with the sound ma. That's it. Final sound is ma because it's a label. In between, you twist your tongue, right? After opening mouth and closing between them, opening and closing, you twist. That's all oo. That stands for all letters. All letters you can chant, means all words you can chant. All words of any language you can chant between opening the mouth and closing the mouth. Between a and ma. All stands for oo. And all the words stands for what? In any language, stands for the objects. What? Immediately. Words are connected invariably to its meaning. Objects. You cannot separate object and word. As you see the object, word appears. As you utter a word or hear a word, object appears. Abhidhana, abhideya. Abhidhana, name. Abhideya, form. Meaning. Word and its meaning you cannot separate. Vagartha viva sampraktau, vagartha pratipadyate. Jagatah pitarau vande Parvati Parameshwarau. Hmm? Vagartha viva sampraktau. Kalidasa said in Raghuvamsha. Vak and its artha, the word and its meaning are non-separate. Similarly, Parvati and Parameshwara are non-separate. Jagat of Pitarau, both parents. Pitarau. Pitarau means it's a dual word. Pitarau, Pitarau, etc. Pitrubhyam, 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 Pitroho, Pitroho. It's a dual column. Jagat of Pitarau. They are the parents of the world. Parvati, Parameshwaro, Shiva Shakti. Anyway, so words are made up of letters. Letters means they are sounds. What you write varies. That's not what you. Somebody, I am writing A. That is A. No. A is a sound. Because A in Gujarati is written differently. A in Tamil may be differently. It may be there. Certain letters are not there in Tamil. But anyway, but this is there. That's how in most of the alphabets you find it begins with because that's the opening. Even in this, look at that alpha, beta, theta. There also first is English also A. In Arabic also there is it begins with that. And we also in Sanskritam also a, I, u, then other things. Because that is where opening the mouth. Therefore, Anyway, so all between opening the mouth, that is and the closing mouth, that is makara, all letters are there. Chen, uttered, that stands for ukara, stands for twisting the mouth. Ooh. Then to chant, you have to do what? Ah, and then you stop. Ma. As you stop, the final is makara. Because closing, makara is you can chant only when you close the lips. Or while closing the lips, you last word can come. Is this last letter? So anyway, so all letters, no, all objects connected to all words. All words are made up of all letters. All letters are made up of Om. Could you follow now? Om. There, when you chant Om, you are the meaning of that Omkara is the whole world. When you stop chanting, that is where the silence is. Could you follow? That is where the silence is. And therefore, the silence is the basis of the sound, and silence is the basis of the world. That silence is the consciousness, is the basis of the world. That's how. So, as my words are from silence, while the noises from words are from silence. So, I am silence in the world. Could you follow? Because the truth pervades all names and forms. Omkara pervades all names and forms. And the silence between two successive Omkaras is the very basis of the all sounds, all words, all objects world. From there only sound arises. From there only the silence alone the world arises. World resolves into silence, that is consciousness. Clear? So that silence, amatra, stands for consciousness. Hmm. That is why also it is there. So, shantoham, etc. Clear? That is way. Hmm. Let's do a 15-20 minutes meditation for this. Om Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikalagnikalaya Kalagnirudraya Neelakantaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sriman Mahadevaya Namaha. Aham Shantah. I am silence. I am all silence, all peace. I am awareful silence. I am silent awareness, consciousness in my ears. I am silent consciousness in my ears, in spite of hearing. I am silent consciousness in my ears. Sounds vary. Words of Swami vary. Sound of a clock. Sound of a machine. The distant sound of a vehicle. I am silent consciousness in my ears, in spite of hearing. See the meaning of the word silent consciousness. One and the same behind sounds. Sounds vary. I am invariable, changeless consciousness. Silent consciousness means it is silence. It is silence. And it is consciousness. I am silent consciousness in the eyes. Imagine few forms: car, table, chair, tree. I am aware of forms through ears, through eyes. I am silent consciousness in my eyes. Forms change. Colors, forms change. I am invariable, changeless consciousness in the eyes. Silent consciousness. Imagine smell, the smell of a rose, the smell of a jasmine, smell of a sandal paste. I am aware of the smell, and yet I am silent consciousness in the nose. I am silent consciousness in the tongue. Imagine the taste of sugar. Imagine taste of lime. Imagine taste of table salt. Tastes vary. I am silent consciousness in the tongue. I am silent consciousness in the sense of touch. Imagine the soft touch of a petal of rose. Imagine the rough surface of a rock. Heat, cold. I am silent consciousness, changeless, one and the same consciousness in the sense of touch. I am silent consciousness, not just in sense organs, but even with the sense objects. I am silent consciousness. In silent consciousness, the forms are seen, the sounds heard, smells perceived, tastes gained. Touch is felt. In silent consciousness, varied sense objects are experienced. In spite of hearing, I don't change. While smelling, I don't change. While seeing, I don't change. While tasting, I don't change. While touching, I don't change. I am silent consciousness in all of them. In all the changes, even the thoughts of the mind, as even the perceptions in mind vary, thoughts vary, thoughts of perceptions vary. I am silent consciousness. Thoughts occur. In silent consciousness. Thoughts disappear in silent consciousness. Like the waves appear, disappear in water. In spite of the thoughts of seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, tasting, the silent consciousness does not change. The consciousness I is silence. There is no silence without consciousness. The stone is not silent, even though there is no noise in the stone. The space is not silent, even though it is silent. There is no silence when where there is no consciousness. What obtains in silence, when you say there is silence, what obtains in silence is you, consciousness. Consciousness never changes, and therefore it is always silence. Silence is not separate from consciousness. Internally, the changes of thoughts we call noise. Consciousness is free from any shapely thought, always silence. No thought is away without, besides consciousness. Consciousness is ever free from thought, silent. See the meaning of the word silence. 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 The whole sense world, sensory world, exists in silence, that is consciousness, I. It resolves in silence, that is consciousness, I. I am silence, from which the sensory world arises. sensory world resolves. Repeat mentally the words and see the meaning. Consciousness, consciousness, silence, silence, silence. I, I, I. Om, 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 Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.